as you can read on the Dropbox paper. This is one thing that I discovered while trying this to figure out how to compose my team actually. Since there are some people that they are not sure about their skill, whether they are good or not. So that's not very good, right? If you think that you are not good, then no one else can show you that you are actually good, right? So okay, let's start this all hands. I'm going to share the weekly inspiration today, and today Maria would be the moderator of the all hands. Is that right, Maria? Are you there?
Yes, Mas Pai, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to be your moderator today.
Okay. Thank you, Maria. Okay. Thank you for sharing the screen as well. So this week.
Actually, no one is going to record this session today, or
okay.
Mr. Jing, or confirm that.
Mr. Jing, could you turn on the CC, like a subtitle? Yeah.
Oh, right.
So I think that will be more clear for everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I can turn that on. Okay, here we go. Yeah, done.
Okay, thank you very much. That's a new thing. Yeah. Okay. So today's weekly inspiration for this week. Basically, it's coming from this question from myself actually, because I am also not sure. Right? So, is it better to have one skill to focus on, or to have several skills to focus at once? And there are probably two type of answers, right? That both of them are correct. So. What I found is that there's a good quote from the person on the left, Bruce Lee. So he said that I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. And the person on the right, not the Barack Obama and the Prime Minister of Japan, but the person on the left, which is a sushi chef. What's special about this sushi chef is that, these important people in the world are eating at his place, which is a very small underground sushi place, right? His name is Jiro Ono. So he said that you have to fall in love with your work. Never complain about your job. You must dedicate your life to mastering your skill. That's the secret of success, and it's the key to being regarded honorably. So both of them are exceptional people, right? They do what they do from the very young age until now, and they say that they are still learning. Right? Even though a lot of people consider they are a master, but they say that they still in the process of learning. So. Jiro Ono is famous for the best sushi chef, one of the best sushi chef in Japan. His sushi name is called Sukiyabashi Jiro. So if you Google that sushi place, there's a lot of important people, celebrities eating at his place, and his place only take reservation from the 5-star hotels and from important people, and you will need to wait until a few days and sometimes months as well. And his restaurant is rated 3 stars on Michelin restaurant. And basically, from this, this is not answering my question yet. But from this, I see that they both share the same unique traits, right? Which is focus on one thing and become the master. So, is that the right answer? I try to see more beyond their amazing stories, right? They are great, but is there any drawbacks on doing that? So what I found out is that usually specialists like them don't talk to other specialists because they have very specific domain specific language, right? So if they're expert in one thing, then then they are very expert on that part only. And since they are focused on their special expertise, often they are struggling on other part. Like for example, selling their skill. They're probably very good at doing things, but they cannot show it to other people why they should be good at doing that. So the third part is that Jiro Sushi restaurant actually cannot scale their business because there's only one specialist. There's only one Jiro Ono, right? And the restaurant is successful because of him. And he don't have skill to develop a business. So the result is actually there are some complaints from customer because of the management, not from the food. The food is always highly rated, but the management, like reservation, the space and time, like basically related to you when you are planning to eat at the restaurant. He has got complaint of that, and even he's just removed from the Michelin guide. And the reason is not because the food is not good, but the reason is because they cannot take the restaurant is not available to a lot of people, basically not available to be reserved. So that is very like specific thing, right? Like you have a really good business, but you cannot make it available for bigger market. So that's the drawback that I found out. So the next question is how can innovate and how and we avoid these drawbacks, but still can train ourselves to be an expert. So to become the best sushi chef, but still have the business that's thriving. So this one is one method to overcome that problem. Shape person. So the visualization is there's an eye-shaped person which is expert at one thing. That's like Jiro Ono and probably Bruce Lee. And then there's a master of none or jack of all trades, right? So generalist, capable in a lot of things, but not expert in any. And a T-shaped person is an expert in at least one thing, but also somewhat capable in many other things. So it looks like there's one skill and one very deep skill, and then there's a general skill that support the main skill. So by knowing little bit, so basically this is why understanding other people's skill is important, because by knowing a little bit of others' skill set, we can understand them better, and even learning each other's skill. This is very important in a team composition. So by learning each other's skill, we also learn each other's domain-specific language, right? So if you are a programmer and talking to a designer, for example, they will know something, a word like database, for example, and what does that mean? And it will relate their work together to create a more context around them. So the second part is to collaborate. So how can we overcome the drawbacks of becoming the expert part, right? So the thing that you can do is collaborate. Why? Because we see there's two colors here, right? The red person and the purple person. So these two different experts sometimes feel this way. Like the red person thinks like the red task seems boring, the purple task would be challenging. But the other person thinks that the purple task is boring, the red task would be challenging, right? So how can we do that? We should collaborate. We should work on something that related to both of them, but we have two experts basically. The new person would try everything and try all of the dumb thing, right? Because the red person will try all the dumb method to do the purple thing because he's not an expert. But the purple person can tell the red person what not to do because he's an expert. so he know what's not to do and what to do. So basically, if you can do this cross training to be a more T-shaped person, this T-shaped person team composition can enable learning and growth mindset inside of the team composition. So it's clicking on each other. Oh, I saw Pak Nuki there. Hi, Pak Nuki.
Halo Pak Nungki.
Hi, everyone. I invited Pat Nunki to join us today. He's one of our BV alums. So Pat Nunki is rejoining us today. And Pat Nunki, welcome.
Okay. Oh, Pak Nuki, you're muted.
Okay, knock knock. Hey everybody.
Okay.
Hi my lovely Bukit Vista. And I'm
Okay.
wearing
Oh, yeah, that's it, Pat Nunki. Amazing.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
yeah, I just Bayu, sorry interrupt. Yeah, I just say hello to everybody. I'm very miss the team of Bukit Vista, especially Jing, Buayana, Bayu, oh Rizal, Mr. Rizal now. So okay.
Welcome back, Pak Nuki.
Yeah, thank you.
Bayu, if I can, I'll just give a quick intro
Yeah.
to Pat Nunki. So Pat Nunki and I met yesterday. He came to our base here in Yogyakarta, and he's coming out to hang out with us. Yeah. Previously, Pat Nunki had actually the distinction of being one of the founding members of the Jogja office here at Bukit Vista. Pat Nunki also is one of the reasons why a lot of people are here today, in fact. Pat Nunki started the University Relations program at Bukit Vista, and as a result of that program, many interns who are here now at Bukit Vista, that's part of Pat Nunki's legacy, actually. So Pat Nunki will observe today kind of as a visitor, and thank you for joining us as our guest today, Pat Nunki.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you, Jing. Thank you, everybody. I just come to say hello, and I will, yeah, I express my apa ya, kangen banget lah. Terus, and then now I'm manage my partner villas in Kalasan. One.
Oh wow! Okay,
Yeah.
Pat Nunki, if we may, we can get to the introductions, but I'm gonna have to hand it back to Bayu because we do have a schedule on this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Pat Nunki. Okay, back to Bayu.
Okay. Thank you. Oops. Okay. Okay. So we are talking about the how can we answer this question whether we want to be one skill person or a many skill person. So the answer is actually a T-shaped skill set, basically. And now the question usually that comes to our mind is how to find the right expertise potential specific to you. Why I say potential? Because we sometimes don't know, right? Sometimes we think that we really like one thing, but people say, "Oh, you're not good at it." And sometimes we hate something, but people say like, "Oh, you're really good at that. You should start doing that." So this is how we can compose it for especially for your specific needs, right? So you think about what you love and then what you are good at it. This is usually comes from other people that tell you that you're good at it, and then you're paid for it, or if it's not paid for it yet, that doesn't matter yet in the beginning. And the world need it. I mean, if it's giving something good to other people, then that could be the thing that you can do. So today's exercise for the question of the week is actually related to this. This is how I try to compose myself and the people that around me, right? Like for example, I'm really good at project management. I don't know that in the beginning actually, but a lot of people telling me that. So I dig deeper into that, and I decide that this is my deep part of this of my skill set. And the other skill set that I have is this actually, but there are other people that's better than me. So it means that this is the horizontal part of the T skill set that I have. So how can we use this exercise to become a better T-shaped person? First, if you're not sure about your expertise, if you cannot answer this question basically with a really very very sure that you are an expert in this, so it's time to find it. So after this all hands, you can try to find it. See for any recognition from other people that mentions your skill. That's probably your hidden skill that you haven't discovered. And then especially for the leaders, use this to compose your team. If your team has every skills that you need from each T-shaped person, then you're having a very ideal team, right? But if not, let's try to find the potential from each person in your team and how to guide them to find their own T-shaped skill set. So I hope that we just not sharing what our skills are. This is focusing on yourself, basically on how to find the thing that you can do best. And I hope that this can be followed up even after the all hands are finished, and we can get out of it. Especially probably some leaders or teammates can find inspiration out of this, and then learn how to develop their team. So that's the inspiration of the week. I hope you can get something out of it, and I'd like to give the floor to Maria.
Yes, thank you, Mas Bay, for sharing. It's very inspiring when you can see each other's skills and share your skill as well. And now let's call out to Mr. Jing. He is going to present the vision and mission. Mr. Jing, the floor is
Sure.
yours.
Thank you very much, Bayu, and thank you very much, Maria. So if we can scroll down a little bit, I'll talk a little bit about the vision statement. The one thing I want to say about the vision statement is to just highlight a little bit more about what this space is actually for. So this space is actually to remind us as a company, whenever we've had a moment that actually exemplifies the vision of the company, right? So it's really there, and I want to actually say it's there for everybody, not just for me. So if you see something that is actually a really good example of inspired delight, everyone, every time, everywhere, then please share it here, because this is a good place, I think, that can be used to further our understanding of the company vision. Another reason why it's there is that I think everybody goes through, of course, employee orientation, and they understand about core values, mission, and vision. But while you're actually here, what does it actually look like? What does actually it feel like? So I just want to say that the space is open for anybody in the company to say, hey, look, I think this is something that represents the vision of the company. Okay, that being said, let's go to the next part, which is the mission of the company. I've identified a few people this week that have actually exemplified, I think, what the mission of the company is. I'd like to bring Andreas and Kyla to talk a little bit more about how they have innovated the process of online canvassing and partner relationships. I'll turn to whoever wants to speak first, Andreas or Kyla.
Okay, sir, I guess I'm the one who will speak first. Oh yeah, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so as you can see from the first image, that is my innovation. And my innovation for transforming online canvassing activities is based from Mokwayana concern about the lack of insight in business development team. From there, I tried to visualize the data that we have. However, the data itself didn't give us a lot to create proper decision making. This is the solution actually. I don't have the picture for the system that we have back then. But based from that reason, I have developed a new system for both canvasser and approacher to input data in such a way that there's a lot of insight to be extracted from it. As you can see from this picture, this is actually the new system for MQL sheets or market qualified leads. From that sheet, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a new column such as what time did you approach the property owner, or why did we fail when we tried to persuade the owner? Little things like that, but that will prove to be useful when you want to create an insight uh, to create a decision making that will prove to be vital for the team. And not only that, though, I also saw that there's a lot of inconveniences back in the old Google Sheets of online canvassing, and that is affecting the effectivity of our teams overwork. From the new system, you can already see that there's a lot of colors involved, uh, but back then there's nothing such as color sorting system. Um, so to improve that, I also implemented automatic color sorting system to ease our team onto monitoring each and every data that we have collected thus far. And from this, I think the best way to innovate best practice is to delve onto it yourself. Try to do what is being assigned on you and figure out what is missing or not effective in every possible way. For example, is it lacking in an ergonomic aspect or even visual aspect or even psychological aspect that you think is possible to be improved? There are many ways of improvement that we can do, and I think we just haven't delved onto it enough to figure out the solution. Also, don't forget that solution idea generation is your best buddy, and don't be afraid to state the problems that you have been observing, and try to asking all members involved if they know how to solve it, and you'll be golden. That's it for me. I guess I'm gonna hand it back to
Okay.
Suchi.
Thank you very much, Andreas, for that update. Let's hand it over to Kyla to explain a little bit about what she had seen actually as well.
Okay, so last week I had, sorry, can everyone hear me? Hello?
Yes, Kayla.
Okay, sorry. So last week I had the opportunity to improve the online canvassing management purpose structure. So the previous stage, I break this down for better understanding. So as you know already, the online canvassing management paper is basically the main reference for everyone, especially in marketing team for doing the online canvassing. So basically everything was put there: definition, the steps, the best practice, etc. Well, the problems that's been identified is it's kind of hard to navigate through the paper. So the new people who got to Bukit Vista is actually need to find their way around. And there's no place to document every new initiatives and hard to track its evolution. So what did I do? I had this discussion with Mr. Ching, who recommended me to study the awareness or outreach improvement discussion structure, which is very interesting, and find inspiration from HR library structure, which turns out to be very useful. And then I recreate the paper based on Marie Kondo's method to discard everything that does not spark joy. And then I had discussions with Kagani regarding the best way to arrange the paper because he's only involved in marketing team. So what's the result? As you can see, if you scroll up, you can see the final output of the document. Now the paper is easier to navigate both for the canvasser and the converter. So we can actually know which documents to look at, like the necessary document. And the important topics are being isolated, so the discussions will be more focused. And the most important thing is we can actually document everything you do and track every evolutions just by clicking on the intended papers and review the best practice. So we can see the result or feedback and see whether there is room for improvement. For example, like finding the way to improve our first approach message, how to online canvassing, and the sales technical tips. I think that's it. Back to Mr. Bing.
Okay, thank you very much, Kyla. And could the screen controller scroll up just a little bit, and we can take a look at some of Kyla's work there. So this is essentially a really effective layout for how the chapter can understand and learn new best practices. I thought this was really foundational, and it will be a good legacy. Okay, thank you very much, Andreas and Kyla. Andreas, now, there's a second update. So you and Bayu are working on a next iteration already from your previous iterations. So Andreas came up with the spreadsheet to find insights, but he's on to a new discovery already within the same week. So maybe you can give us a short update on that.
All right, sir. So yeah, based from that innovation that I have been implemented, for just for a few days, actually, I found a problem that the data that we're using in Bukit Vista are poorly coordinated. For example, in online canvassing campaign, we use Google Sheets, Trello, and Bigger, and the database itself isn't connected. If I were to input a data to Google Sheets, for example, about the update of the newly MTL, I also have to put it on, well, of course, it's not me who input it, but hypothetically, I have to also input it on Trello. If it's confirmed as a new partner, not only do I have to input the new partner on data on Bigger, I also have to update the current data itself on both of Google Sheets and Trello. And it's bound to be messy sooner or later because there is a lot of duplicate data involved. Especially in Trello itself, there is a lot of duplicate information that needs to be written if one property were to be moved from one stage to another, making it difficult for the analyst. Which data is right? From the latest update, from the right or left stage. And based on that problem, of course, the solution is to create a single database that we could just view or analyze from different perspectives. But how do we do that? The solution itself came from, shout out to Kabayu, which is Airtable. Airtable is an amazing platform that has a lot to offer. You can see from the first picture, I'm sorry, can we scroll up? From the data that I've input on the database, that is like Google Sheets, right? There is a table which has a data on it. But not only that, I can just create a Trello-like view. Can you scroll down to the second picture to know which property is discovered from and the status it currently stands. And do note that this second picture, the Trello view, is aligned with the first database. If I were to update the data from the main database, the Trello will be updated as well. And not only that, we can also duplicate our view. Not our that, but that's not, and that also aligns with database. So we don't have to press filter every single time for that insight you've been looking for regularly. And the best part is that we can just visualize the data using redash from that database. And this is certainly a big improvement from the data discrepancy problem in our team beforehand. And I would reckon this will certainly spark delight upon online canvassing team. If this can be applied 100, boy, you best be ready since I'm going to advertise this method to other chapters. Thank you, Mr. Jing.
Okay, thank you very much. I know we're taking a little bit of time here because I think these are actually pretty stunning innovations. Why is it a stunning innovation? Because this allows us to essentially create data from all the engagements that we do on Trello, all the things that we do with our partner relationships. But right now, a lot of that is being recorded manually. A lot of it is actually invisible from a centralized source. So I think these two new innovations actually inspire delight by making this understanding spread throughout the company much faster. Thank you very much. Okay, Tendi has an update. Tendi, tell us your update.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, good morning, everyone. So, yeah, this is actually innovation on the program in the community called Property Quality Control. So, we did the quality control for the property to keep the quality of the property. So, make sure the standard is fit with the guest. And then previously in community, we are doing the very manual using the paper for the inspection. But last week I found a great tools actually for doing the inspection. This is reducing the time for making the report as well, and then also more easier to visualize the report. So the tools is called PIM. That's a property inspection manager. And then I put also the explanation of the tools and then also the example of the report on the below. So this also is very reportable because the owner also can see the report. We can send it to the owner. So for example, if the owner is not in Bali or they're not in properties, just only the staff, so they will know the actual condition of their current property. So in the community, we are easily to give the recommendation and then suggestion to improve their quality. Thank you, sir.
Hey, excellent. Thank you very much, Tendi, for stepping up and also submitting your example. Okay, let me hand it back to Maria.
Yes, thank you, sir, and thank you to the team for sharing and the brief explanation. And now let's move and see the weekly mission inspiration from each chapter. To Kashasha, please. The time is yours.
Yep, thank you, Maria. So for This one is this guest stayed at Mertabes Nusa Penida, and I reminded him to leave a review actually, and his response was very kind and supportive. And we actually not very often get a guest reply like this, and yeah, this guest inspires to get to the HR team. That's pretty much it. Back to you, Maria.
Okay, thank you, Kak Sasha. And let's move to Andre.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It's the same with Sasha update, with different guests, but this is another guest that repeat their stay in Nusa Penida, especially Myrtle Beach, and they say that but they're actually happy with that, and they when they came they just they book another room. It was so happy to hear that, especially for our partners, and also happy for HR to hear about this kind of review as well. So that will be from me. Thank you, Mario.
Yes, nice one, Andre. Thank you, team, for updating. And now let's move to the community team, to Kak Tendi.
Thank you, Maria. Yeah, so this is one of the owner. The owner is transparent to CM, and then tell us the issue of their what's called in their property, so we can be able to spot the issue and then also giving the solution. And then also I went there to train the staff, and then also giving the suggestion for the right cycle, and actually it worked. And then also he applied to all the rooms. So now the issue is already fixed. So this also can improve the quality of the property like that. Okay, the second one is this is from the Atra Bambology. The Atra Mobility team is giving Bukit Vista constructive feedback for the on-site visit actually. So most of the guests is visit without consider the protocol, the health protocol, like not using masker and social distance and everything. So the partner is suggest us for the on-site visit currently. For the guest is using the masker and then keep following the protocol. I think this is good for improve all the on-site visit guests to the all property. Thank you, Maria.
Yes, thank you, Kak Tendi, for sharing with us. And now let's move to the HR team. Chumin, do you have an update on this?
Hello, thank you, Maria. So yeah, on behalf of like the HR team, yeah, I want to share like some achievements of our employees. So for the first one, I think one employee shared that he or she finally experienced the first pitching session. It wasn't perfect, but like thank you to Wayana, Nadine, and Christabel who accompanied this employee throughout the process, and he or she enjoyed this experience so much and will want to try it again. Next will be the accounting finance team, where they completed the income statement with a new format. And yeah, well done to the team, to Elvina and Bella. Next will be that we got another backlink by publishing a BVGo press release, and also achieved the Booking.com advocacy SLA for the month of May. And lastly is not really an achievement yet, but we are still trying to constantly improve and evolve our HR scrum structure. Yep, back to you, Maya.
Yay, thank you, Shumi, for that. And now let's move to the PD team. To Mas Bai, do you have an update to share this?
Okay, yeah, sure. So the update is that we've released the features on bigger 1.46. If you open bigger, then you can see the version number on the bottom left of the app. This contains two new features. The first one is basically for partners, especially if partners all open bigger, they will notify that there's a mobile app for them that can be used. And the second one is the steps details. Basically, we are adding more details into the revenue projection process that usually got lost, and we don't know the status of that revenue projection. So now we can see whether it's already uploaded or already sent to the partners successfully, and whether it's already opened with by the partners, and whether it's already approved by the partners.
Nice one, PD team. Thank you, Mas Bai, for sharing. And do you have any update on this one, Kak Nadia?
Okay, hello, good morning, everyone. So this is one for the BVGo mobile app Android version. So we're now releasing a new version, which is 1.2.0. So it's now live on Play Store. And this update included some bugs fixed and also a new feature of reading the PDF inside the app. And also we improved the notification for the payout split for the partners. That's it. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Kanadi and the PT team. So let's go download PT Go, guys. And now let's move to the theme of this month, to VD.
Right. Thank you, Maria. And hi, everyone. Back with me again, PD, and welcome to Panungke as well. For this month theme, I would like to reiterate the theme that we had for last month by having this month's theme as Go Even Deeper. Basically, going deeper into HR process allows us to evaluate things that we can optimize, just like the innovations that we just heard just now, at the fundamental level. So we can promote this process by going even further. And most of the time, going deeper can reveal like a lot of more resources than going up. So yeah, I would like to ask each every one of you, each individual here, to go even deeper this month. So let's go to the partnership funnel, where we see that from the signed contract up to this point, there are 23 signed partnership. And thank you very much to the partnership team. We now see the mapping of the transformation for partners from transactional to relationship. There are 16, and relationship to legacy, there are 1. Of course, these are subject to maybe changes and improvements, but at this point, thank you very much for the partnership team to map this partnership up. And there are some strategies that we would like to implement in the partnership funnel. First, I would like to remind everyone regarding the community acquisition team or the business development team in community chapter to integrate fully with the chapter, so that they can receive the full insights and also the context of the partnership or of the community status, and also speed up the innovation process by applying pivots to existing property to reduce blast radius, as well as improving the delivery quality of the services to our partners in all aspects. For our survive goal, for July 2021, there's an increase of $10,000 of revenue target. So we have 60,000 with a stretch target of 72,000. For more details on the numbers, you can always contact the business intelligence team and figure out how we get that number and why. At this point, we're at 41,103. Looking back at last month, I would like to congratulate everybody that we hit our revenue target, and we're at 54,800. Yeah, so a round of applause for everybody. And we're only short by 200 last month for the stretch target. And I hope that everyone will try their best as well. And we will need the help of every aspect of the user funnels. So look at the strategy that we have going down a little bit. First, we would like to increase the number of operational team to optimize each of the reservation potential. Second, we would like to maintain the service from top and middle funnel. Thank you very much for the marketing team. Actually, the contribution from the marketing team in the guest funnel actually help a lot with after the shift of resources as well. And now that we have available resources. And we would like to also explore the potential in getting into deeper relationship with guests by integration and visibility of the guest data from the HR team. So yeah, that's the gist of it. And thank you very much, everyone, for last month. I hope that this month we can achieve the same success. From the data, we see that it's going to be a little bit more difficult due to the circumstances. However, I believe that everyone can work together and figure out new innovations every day, basically, to achieve our target. So yeah, back to you, Maria. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you, Kopidi, for the team. Let's go even deeper, guys, and achieve the revenue target for this one. And okay, let's move to the chapter main achievement to Kak Teddy.
Okay, thank you, Maria. So the first is got new partner in Canggu from referral when doing the property quality control and training partner. And then the second one is got 12 partners step up from the partners on the partnership state from the transactional level to relationship alignment from May to June. Back to Maria.
Okay, thank you, Katendi, for updating. And to Andre, the HR team. Okay, to Kofidi, since Andre is passing this to you, could you click on
Right.
this?
Okay, from HR team, thank you for the help for the gas funnel team that contributes to the revenue target achievement last month. And currently, I would like to announce that there is an issue with the data reporting due to the dependency on the mailing system from the different OTAs. This is now handled by the product development chapter. For example, like in the loyalty funnel, where we are not really recording the review from Airbnb in the database due to the lack of identifiers to connect the review to the number to the book each of respective bookings. So that's the announcement from HR. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kofidi. From Shirley, the HR team.
Okay, thank you, Maria. So from the HR team, so the team achievement for the past week is the team is getting more comfortable in reading as well as utilizing data and analytics. So yeah, props to the BI team as well for like helping us out in like understanding the data itself. So yeah, so far that's the update from HR. Back to you, Maria.
Yay, thank you, Shirley, for the update. And let's move to the PD team, to Kak Bayu.
Okay, from PD, the update is that project delivery now is delivered in under 2 weeks, and we are trying to do this more consistently to get your features or improvement delivered at least under 2 weeks, or even better if it's within 1 week. And PD is now starting an self-initiated project for PD, not just for other chapters, but actually for PD itself. So I think that's quite an achievement, since we can now focus on the improvement of the process and not just fixing bugs. That's for me.
Yes, thank you, Mas Bayu, for the update. And let's move to the marketing team, to Kak Riza.
Okay, so from marketing is adaptable innovation that help internal marketing team to organize all leads from canvassing until partners relationship. Kudos to Andreas and Kayla. And then the second is online canvassing is more structural now. New insight generated and new practices implemented. Kudos to Gani for work hard to manage this. And the last one is for MOU signed from at the beginning of July. The pitch deck improvement start giving result. Kudos to Nadine for working on this. Okay, back to you.
Yay, kudos to the team. And now let's hear from the BI team, to Kak Lilis.
Thank you, Maria. So from the BI team, we're progressing in terms of making the best practice for pricing so it can be delegatable later on. And then also for the accounting and financial analysts, we are trying to farm the KPI for thriving. And BI team also held the BI day last Saturday, and we played Tahoe to also short R&D. That's the update from BI. Thank you, Maria.
Yay, thank you, Kalilis, and thank you everyone for updating your achievement for this past week. And now let's move to the personal updates.
Let me stop the all hands real quickly here, Bayu and Maria. We have only, I think, 14 minutes now.
Yeah.
And we have 50 updates. So we're going to have to make a decision here. What do we do next? This is part of the innovation. Let me go to Bayu first as the host. Bayu, do you have any solutions for us? How we're going to finish within time? 14 minutes and we have 40 updates.
Sure.
Yeah, I think what we can do is we can ask the chapter lead actually to read the updates from the team member and why this would be good. The chapter lead can understand more about the skills that their team member think that they are actually an expert on, and create a follow-up discussion outside of this all hands, talking about how to collaborate with their expertise. And I think we can read everything, but the each chapter lead will read it, and it could be faster because of the switching time.
Okay, let's try that. Maria, that's a new innovation. Let's give that a shot and see how we go.
Okay, so each of the chapter lead now needs to read each of their members' expertise, right? Okay, now let's start from the community team, from Katendi.
Okay, thank you, Maria. So for the expertise, this is for me is a training skill. And then the other skill that people expertise is content creation, like vlogging, photography, editing video, and graphic design. And then problem solving, discovery, engineering, and entrepreneurship, business development. And then for ASA, the expertise is organizational skill. And then the others people expertise is creativity and adaptability, public speaking, effective communication, problem solving and critical thinking, discovery and analytical skills, and communication, community engagement, and interpersonal skill. And then for the roles, the expertise is tourism analysis. And then the other people expertise is planning skill, problem solving and fresh ideas, analytical skill and critical thinking, interpersonal skill, and then communication skill and fresh ideas. And then for Felicia, expertise is public speaking, and then other people expertise that she want to learn is vlogging, aptitude, interpersonal skill, leadership, and then tourism studies. Back to Maria.
Yes, thank you, Kak Randy. So I think we can actually read only the expertise for one person, right? So you only read the expertise of each member of yours, but no need to read the what they want to learn. Okay, and let's move to Andre.
Okay, back to me again. Thank you, Maria, about that. So expertise from me would be I'm good actually at engaging with people. But let's see from Maria. Maria actually bring out about what of her expertise. This is pretty interesting, and maybe Maria could also find it like as soon as possible because that would be important for you, so you can know what things you can improve further on. If we scroll a bit down from Sasha, actually this is very true that Sasha has very expertise on attention to details. We can see from a lot of example of her work in HR. Here from Gray, her expertise is about the assertiveness. I believe this is a lot of story you've been told about Gray assertiveness during the meeting, during the project execution, and that will be great from Gray. From Dipta, his expertise is actually about the customer management. We can see also from his work on the air support too, there are a lot of activity on air support too, and he managed it very well. So there will be update from HR. I will turn back to Maria. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Andre, for the update. And now let's move to researching.
All right, coming from HR, my expertise is persuasion and negotiation. Shailene's expertise is systematic planning and follow-up. Arvi's expertise is planning. Vera's expertise is organizational skills and administration. Jenna's expertise is presentation skills, as long as I'm confident in what I'm saying. Iron's expertise is written communication. Furkan is interviewing. Shumin is still learning and finding her expertise. And Lalita hasn't reported yet. Latifa's expertise is creative writing, public speaking. And Ekin, Ekin's brand new, one of our new interns joining us from Turkey. Actually, her expertise is critical thinking, interviewing, and CV screening, but she wants to develop those to become her expertise. Okay, that's the update from the HR side.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Jing, for the update. And let's move to Mas Bali.
Okay, thank you, Maria. So from PD, my expertise in project management, and I have Nadia, that's expert in UI and UX design, and also Chris, expert on programming, and Zay also programming on the back end. Chris is both back end and front end. Zio is mostly front end on programming. And then Nico is he think that he's good in intelligent system, but okay. And then Amelia, Rafael. Okay, Amelia is good at UI and UX, and I actually vote for that as well, Amelia. And then also Clyde, good at programming, especially front end. So that's from PD.
All right. Thank you, Mas Bali, for the update. And let's see from Oyana. I think
okay. I think it's from marketing, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I will read it for my team. Okay, so from Oyana is expert on talk to people, negotiation and execution, and from Najin, the expertise is on public speaking, social interaction, and also negotiation. And from me is content creation and digital marketing. And from Gani, expertise on photography and social media marketing. And from Aiko, the expertise is she doesn't write there, but I believe Aiko expert on SEO. And from Aldrey, not sure. Okay, Aldrey, please read that. And from Cristobal is expertise on data analysis and administrative task. And from Andreas, expertise on hand-to-hand coordination, business process management, and organizational skills. And from Zaki, expertise on canvassing and approaching leads, and also still figuring out. And from Kaila, expertise on corporate strategic planning framework. That's cool, Kaila. And from Sharon, her expertise on graphic design or art. And from Eriko, expertise on detail-oriented person. Okay, that's from marketing. Back to you, Maria.
Yes, thank you, Karina, for the update. And let's move to the BI team to Kak Lilis.
Thank you, Maria. So from the BI team, I would say that I'm more comfortable in organizing and also integrating something. For VD, the expertise is problem solving, retaining previous collected information, and I think much more expertise from VD, and he's not writing down. From David, it's about self-control. Self-control, okay. Yeah, David is very passionate actually. Kayla is not reading down. And then from Alif, it's still about engineering geophysics. His major right now. Perhaps Alif, you can find other expertise in hospitality industry then. Kevin, about detailed and analysis documentation, it's shown in the pricing. And then Vera, always open and willing to learn something new, so it's still figuring out basically. From Arya, it's mathematics, and also I think Arya learned in programming right now because he's still in the early semester. For Felix, it's programming. He showed it in the trial last 2 weeks. And then Alvina, public speaking. Yes, I would agree. And for Manasa, financial and quantitative analysis. Patricia will be analysis part, but it's still questioning. It means that Patricia needs to be more confident on this. And then from Hakim, data mining and statistical analysis. I think a bit similar with Kayla. And then Michael, visualization. From Anis, detail-oriented and fast learner. Yeah, I would think so. And then from Dila, research. And from Bella, data analyst and visualization. Yeah, I think that's kind of expertise from the BI team. Back to Maria.
Yes, thank you, team, for the update. And let's move now to the announcement part. Okay, I think HR also want to say something on this, but let me announce something to you guys that I'm actually not going to extend any longer of my part-time contract. And thank you guys for, thank you for having me and for the chance. And I'm glad that I could work and match you guys. And so let's keep it up with the work until my due date is due. So let's go, team. I think that's pretty much it about my announcement, and maybe from the HR, they also have something to say too. Is it from the HR team? Do you guys have?
Let me defer to Shaylin here.
Okay, please.
Okay, so maybe a little bit of an announcement as well. So today, so this one is actually July, right? And we are actually going to have our one-on-one session this month. So perhaps somewhere around in the middle of the month, starting from the second or the third week of the month, we'll be having the one-on-one session. And yeah, just to add up on Maria as well. So I'd like to thank Maria as well for being brave and then stepping onto some announcing her end of contract term here in Bukit Vista. like we're also like very happy to have you here as well. And yeah, we respect your decision as well in this part. And yeah, hoping to see more of your. We're hoping to see like and to be honest, I don't know what to say lah, but yeah, like hoping to see you like doing better and better as time goes. And yeah, we're going to like see you more often then from HR to Maria. So yeah, thank you, and I think that's it for like a little bit of an announcement from HR. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Shalin, for the announcement. All right, cheers, RP. And now let's move on, guys. Let's save the voice for later and see from the core value recognition. We have several here, and I think we have 1 minute left, and I would like to propose another 10 minutes for this one. Okay, let's from Andre.
Okay, thank you, Maria. So I would like to recognize Sasha for being a hero in Details Matter as well. So Sasha is very responsible for booking data reservation, review, and hosting as well. And she's able to check and remind us for some booking that didn't show up on a bidder, which referred to due to some bugs that are happening lately. This act of being here in Details Matter is a good example of how we want to take responsibility and inspire the employee, guests, and partners as well. Why? Because we know that if there's a booking, we can contact the guest, we can help them with check-in, so it inspires the guest. So as well, we can inform the partner, it will inspire the partners. When we know that we can host them and there's no case, it will inspire the employees as well. So kudos to Sasha.
Okay, thank you, Andre. And now let's move.
Okay, I'd like to recognize actually Andreas and Kyla Ashray. Andreas's reasons I've already written there, but for Kyla, it's very similar. We had discussed about this idea, and really quickly, Kyla came up with a solution for it. I think that is actually being the hero of basically facing uncertainty with courage and speed. So that's to be applauded and part of our innovative process. The other person I'd like to comment on and commend is Tendi. Tendi, just at the very beginning of this all hands, asked me to turn on the closed captioning. And I don't know if anyone else can see it, but when you turn on the closed captioning, the videos become a lot more intelligible and easy to understand because this narration happens on the bottom. It's pretty amazing. So thank you, Tendi, for spotting that and thinking about how details can influence. And that actually goes to helping others help themselves, because whoever watches this video has a better chance of understanding more out of it. Okay, back over to Maria.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Jing. And now let's move to Zio.
All right. I think this is a long overdue recognition, yeah. Especially because I'm nearing my offboarding. But I can say, as long as I can remember, Chris has been a great mentor for me. He always asks about how I'm doing and what I'm doing, and always measuring my benchmark, so he knows exactly what he needs to help or other stuff. So yeah, in general, Chris has been a great mentor for me, and thank you, Chris, for making my internship a great time. I guess that's it. Thank you.
Yay. Thank you, Zio, and thank you, Chris, for being a good mentor. I think that's pretty much it for today's talk, and I'll pass this back to you, Mas Freddy.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. We are over time by 2 minutes, but I think that's pretty good all hands, and thank you very much, everyone, for joining this all hands. The follow-up, okay, right? So because we don't have time to dig deeper on all of your personal updates, I think it would be good for you to have follow up on your T-shape skill, right? So, maybe if I can give a little bit of an example for what I'm going to do with these updates, especially from my team. I would like to know what my team think about themselves, right? So this is how I try to map all the skill that people saying inside of my team. So I say about this, and I get endorsed by other people, right? So it means that these people are willing to learn from me about this, from my expertise in this one. So what I like to do is I'm going to approach these people, and we're going to talk about this. How can I teach them this? And let's say, for example, also for Chris, right? I'm also want to learn from Chris about programming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to him and ask him to teach me how to do better programming. So I think this would be good if you can do it in your team scope, and then you can improve the relationship within your team, and then understanding how or what's missing in your team. Sometimes everyone is really skilled at what they are doing, right? But probably what they need is someone who connects each other. So if you think that this is a good idea, then please try to follow up with your team, and I think that's it. That's the hopefully it's inspire for your ideas on how to develop your team. And that's it, everyone. Thank you for joining this All Hands. Have a good week ahead, and have a good day.
Thank
Bye,
you,
everyone.
everyone.